nice.
Is this a movie for David? Is this what we're doing right now? Happy birthday, David, and Happy New Year.
Oh, I found you. How's the flight?
I don't care.
Oh, you made it.
You are so brown.
I thought I saw you 2 times already.
Yeah?
It wasn't you both.
Hi.
Hey guys, you all seem really tired. Was it a really
Super tired.
Coming.
Yeah, I got like an hour of sleep.
Give me 2 and give me 2.
Hey, David.
Yeah. How you doing?
Good. How are you? On time to finish that.
I know. Oh, that feels so good. Although it did finish in.
Do a flash.
I'm not doing a movie.
So does that sound like we can just get up sort of early and just spend the day walking and eating and viewing?
Let's do it.
And
It'll be like when we went to Disney World as kids and had to do rest day. And you even made a note card that said rest day.
That's you know what this reminds me of? Getting stuck in a Spider-Man ride with the lights off.
It got so much scarier.
Months. But anyway, she said that she went to go to Tanzania and she and her friend who were there had to find Chips My Eye.
Chips.
My eye. And they searched everywhere for a place that had it. And finally they found a person who was like, oh yeah, this restaurant has it. But there's no one there to make it because there's a funeral today. And it's like everyone in the town went to the funeral. There's no one there to make Chips My Eye.
That's exactly. I mean, now you understand.
There's
That's a different example. It's a different example of many examples of like just how things are on a different sort of urgency level there. It's like,
But there's a funeral.
right.
There are no burgers today. It's really easy to make. We make it at home now. We used to call it chips in my eye, just because that's what it sounds like.
Chips in my eye.
But it's, yeah.
I can be like James Bond with that one.
Yeah, because you are.
There's an arch in
You
this
have to
one.
hold your eye to open in that one.
Now close that eye a little bit. No, your eyebrow goes down when you close it.
Just you're,
Wait.
You're closing the wrong one.
Wait.
I'm sleepy.
Okay, now make them all go wild.
It doesn't feel like I'm controlling them independently. They feel like one long growl that it's like a chord and I'm just rolling.
So, how did you discover what muscle that is? I remember when I discovered my ear muscles.
Do you remember the moment you discovered your
Yes,
muscles?
because this boy was teasing me, and I was being all. And when I did that, my ears went back. I was like, oh, I can wiggle my ears. Am I doing
But you didn't want to wiggle them then because that wouldn't be different.
No.
You saved it for later.
Yeah, no, I did my. And
Is
then
this
I was
one?
like, wait, look, I can wiggle my ears.
Remember in preschool when you thought that you were.
Is anything happening?
Very
Let me
slightly.
do the face you were. Remember mom's preschool picture? I thought I was smiling. It was seriously this.
Kindergarten.
I thought I was smiling.
It was this.
Oh yeah, but it's the glaring kind of mad eyes.
No, they weren't mad. They were just my eyes.
Yeah, they were scary. Do we know what this is? That? Yeah. Very interested in the colors. Well, I know that one's just the Washington Memorial. Let me repeat mine. I know that's just the Washington Memorial. What
What are those called? Obelisk.
Like a sleeping exit above the baby catcher that has it. Not really. It does. And also
Commentary on this?
So many.
I spy a motorcycle.
There's Julia. I think they're going to come back. Are they made of soap? No, one is falling. One is falling to the ground up there. Oh, yeah. That person just stepped that person just I think, yeah, I think. Here it comes. We can catch this one. We'll catch this one. Right for me. It's coming right for me. It's snowing! What is so? I think they're soap. They're just soap bubbles.
Yeah, you're covered in it.
Covered in
I'm
soap.
like,
And your camera is.
No, up. Yeah, top of the head.
It's everywhere.
Oh, is that what the snow is?
yeah.
I couldn't. I didn't see it. No. And where's my balloon? I have to try to.
I do want it to be more feminine,
Okay.
for some reason.
And where did this piece of cloth come from? Oh, Mom. Mommy.
Here it is,
listen. Kangaroo strings.
Is it a girl or a boy?
We don't know.
Kangaroo, she
I like what you're doing.
with your.
Oh, where'd you get this?
What? Oh, this string? Beautiful, right? But don't interrupt me.
Oh, it reminds me of something.
With your
I've
birthday.
seen this somewhere already. I'll remember later.
In a forest. I noticed it by accident on a bush.
On a bush?
Yes, a what?
I did you go on.
Okay, shh. Birthday. I wish.
What'd you say?
I wish you.
Nothing. Talk about the bush.
I was falling in a forest is all hiding string.
On the bush?
Yes, on the bush of. How's that? Oh, this one.
God bless you. So what happened? You sneezed when you were about to say something.
I didn't sneeze.
No, you did. Sorry for my interruption.
Excuse me, Pooh, but I did not sneeze. You cannot sneeze and don't even know how that you have just sneezed.
But you cannot know that somebody sneezed if nobody sneezed.
I'm telling you.
Sorry, you didn't finish about the string.
Ah, yes, a string. First of all, I thought maybe somebody lived here. So I rang, but nobody answered me. Nobody at all.
Oh, she sneezed again, bless you.
I rang again.
No, bless you. And what?
And once
I said
again.
bless you.
And then I rang very loudly and...
And?
Achoo! Achoo! What happened? It fell off.
It tore off. I see.
Achoo! It's going on because of control.
You're lining up perfectly.
Apparently nobody needed it. Achoo!
Oh, somebody need. That's very much.
Needed it. That's interesting. Who needed it?
Yeah, my friend here needed it. He needed it very much.
Why didn't you all need some string?
He became attached to it very much.
No, but I don't think they know
No, it's still
You give that string to him for his birthday, and then he will be very happy. Bless him.
Get ready.
that. Good morning, Ian.
Good morning, Piglet.
Ooh.
I proceed.
I'm just laughing too much. Happy birthday. Wait, are we British?
What did you say? Repeat. Wait a minute. I will hear you better now.
Happy birthday.
To whom? To me?
To you. I brought you a gift. Oh, that was too fast.
A gift for me? So it turns out I have a real birthday.
Yes, but
Thanks, Piglet. You're a real friend.
He's like the bootleg.
Unlike the others. And what's the gift?
a balloon.
A balloon. It's such a big and beautiful...
Yes, but you see, I was running.
It also should be inflated.
I wanted to bring it to you as quick as possible, and I fell.
I'm sorry, did you hurt yourself?
No, I didn't. But the balloon, well, it burst. Wouldn't it be much more hilarious if you were doing his Piglet's
My
voice? And,
balloon?
Yeah, you two should switch right now.
all right, you be Piglet, and I'll be
I
Eeyore.
like Eeyore.
He likes it too much.
That's it?
Then.
But it's
That's my gift. Thank you, Piglet. Excuse me, I just wanted to know its color when it was a balloon.
I'm stealing your voice. Green.
My favorite color. And what size?
Almost as big as me.
Ooh, I like that. Like extreme, like 24.
Can you imagine? Almost as big as you. My favorite size. Congratulations with your birthday! I wish you happiness in your personal life, Pooh. Thanks. I was already lucky enough. I bought you a small gift. It says... I already have one gift. It's a very useful gift. You can put anything you want into it. Here. I guess I can put my balloon in there. Russian is too long. No, a balloon won't fit in this jar. It's too big. Big, too big. Another balloon won't fit.
Balloons.
But mine will, Piglet. Look.
Huh?
Oh, it goes out. No, I mean, it gets in.
It gets in.
And it gets out. It gets in. And one out wonderfully. In and out. We're all doing the same voice. That's such I gave you such a proper jar.
In which you can put such a proper balloon.
It's a pleasure to give a jar.
No, a balloon.
To a friend on his birthday. And
And I.
I have the same opinion.
They got a new voice.
Happy birthday, all. I've heard that you had a birthday today, Roy.
Yes, real birthday. So many gifts.
Okay, good. Dear Eeyore, this is a remarkable day.
Not quite.
In this, I want to give you gratitude, Sulity.
Almost.
What?
Be silent, Pooh.
So I just want to know how did you want to do that?
To slay, which means for free.
For free. I see.
A turkey. To give you gratis school this week.
You just said it.
I have to practice it. This modest but very useful gift. Oh, here, this ring.
I like the music.
come here.
You can hang it in your door.
It seems like that's it. Please, fit it on me.
What's matter?
Is that it?
That's it,
Is
homie.
that me?
My tail.
What's happening?
My own tail?
But of course.
Alright. Let's wireless file.
What tail? A tail? This means I gave you your tail.
Oh, said the balloon.
It's so good.
It's so good.
What a coincidence.
A balloon found for a jar.
And a tail for birthday.
And I have the same opinion.
It's a pleasure to give gifts on a birthday.
Isn't this a song?
But it's even more pleasure to give joy to a friend. And I
I have the same opinion.
same opinion. Same opinion.
That was bizarre.
Oh, wonderful. Where's the face wash?
We're starting.
We're rolling already.
He never gets dirty the longer
I think we could all fit on this couch. You get on my lap. Dan will sit where I am. Julie be on his lap.
Okay.
You have to. And Adam, you can sit on David's lap.
This is quite a squishy couch.
It is.
It's not really a couch anymore.
Whoa, there we go. I like that.
Alright, so let's start with, are we going today backwards or
We can't
first
go
day to
through here.
today? David?
We'll
We should start with David's journey from
On the
Marlow.
first day of
to Nairobi.
journey, the David said to me.
Okay, so where do we start?
David was in Marlow.
Go.
Working for the Peace Corps, inducting new people.
No, he was in Nairobi.
In Nairobi, working to induct
Sorry.
the newbies.
Yeah.
This is on tape where we're going.
Newbies.
And then, on the day of the 18th, I was in Nairobi. I had stayed the night at a hostel with many Canadians.
A friendly hostel?
It was okay.
Hostel.
Were they real
It was a
Canadians
hostile
or Americans posing as Canadians?
No, they were definitely Canadian. Then I left there and spent the entire day at a shopping mall called the Sarit Center because I didn't have anywhere to stay. So I just spent all day at the shopping mall. I ate cheese and bologna sandwiches because it's Nairobi, so they have that kind of stuff. Then I saw a movie called Courageous at the mall. It was so bad. It was the worst movie I've seen for a while.
Kenyan?
Nope. It's American. It's a religious film. It's very shoddily made. I thought it was based on a true story, which would explain why the plot didn't make a lot of sense, but I think it was fictional. It just didn't make sense. Then, at 7, I went over to the airport in Eunice's taxi.
Eunice!
She told me about how she had to trick her son's father into paying for his college. Successfully did so.
Do you want to explain that trip?
They just sort of told the dad that he was going for some interview, that the son was going for some interview, and then on the day of the interview they called him and were just like, I need you to pay whatever money for me to go to school right now, and sort of put him on the spot, so he did. Then I got on a flight Nope. At the airport, I met another volunteer. Ran into another volunteer, surprisingly, who's going home for good. She's closing her service now.
Really? It's like the end of her
Yeah,
time?
it's the end of her 2 years. Named Whitney. She gave me a trading card of her. She printed out a lot of pictures of her for her students and had some left over, so she gave me one. And we sat and waited for the plane. Finally, we got on the plane. It was a really big one. Sat next to a Canadian.
Uh-oh.
Another Canadian. Just running into all sorts of them. Played Tetris with them. Ate really good food. Slept. Got to Amsterdam. No layover at all. It was like an hour. Went to my next gate. Went to Rome. Bit of a wait in Rome.
All day wait.
I guess we
When?
can.
Now, at what point were you in Amsterdam? What time would that have been?
Like,
5 a.m.?
yeah, 6. 5 or 6.
6 a.m.
Very cold.
Where would we have been at that moment?
We were.
Dear.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you guys.
Where were we at?
Over the ocean.
6 a.m.
6 a.m. what?
No, Amsterdam.
Amsterdam time
Yeah.
would be 7 hours.
11 p.m.
Okay, so we just got
Yeah,
on the plane.
yeah. Because
Because I
our flight
think
was 10:50, right?
we were thinking of trying to contact you. Is it not working?
It's good. Look
Okay.
great.
What you doing?
Alan!
Mm-hmm.
Steve!
Yeah.
Steve.
Yeah. What's up, guys?
Steve!
We should have pointed at
Oh, I died.
Sorry about that. That's my bad. That was me.
Good ploy, Dave. Good ploy.
That's my bad.
Now I have to go retrieve all my stuff.
Should we pick up our
I
story?
don't,
Yeah.
really don't want to sit on
So
you.
we,
I like this tripod.
we were on a plane.
Before the plane.
Before the
What?
plane,
I want to be the camera guy.
Oh, so,
we went to the
Museum.
Bloomington airport.
but we had all day to get ready.
We had all day to get ready. We left for the Bloomington airport in the afternoon-ish. Early afternoon.
After we found out that our flight was delayed. Did you already say that?
No.
And then after we got there, it was even more delayed.
Yep.
And we realized we were going to miss our connection in Amsterdam. So, no,
But the original chronology is we were supposed to leave at 4:10, and then that flight was canceled. And then they switched us to 6 a.m. for Bloomington. And I called to complain, and they moved it back to 4:30 p.m. and gave us $250 in free flight money.
Yes.
And so then Adam found out actually on his phone, just before we were getting ready to leave, that our flight to Atlanta
Was 3.5 hours delayed.
And so I called up and I said, hey, what the heck?
What the heck?
And they said, okay, we'll reserve another flight for you in case you don't make your connection in Atlanta. And by the time we even got to the airport in Bloomington, they said, there's no way you're going to make your flight in Atlanta. And we're just going to put you on that later flight. Instead of going to Paris, we were going to Amsterdam. Amster. You know that?
Say it again, Dan.
Damn.
Didn't you
Yeah,
do that for fun, to make people swear?
Hamster.
That's weird.
And we sat in Bloomington for a long time.
Yeah, but there's mechanical problems. The plane was flying from Atlanta and then pick us up and go back to Atlanta.
Well, we waited for a long, long time.
And that's when we thought we should try and let David know that we were going to be later than usual. And I was figuring that right about then, you were just about to get on the plane.
Yeah.
And so, of course, I texted you, and that went to the phone that you haven't used for a year, and there was no way I was going to reach you. And I tried calling, but the mobile subscriber you were trying to reach is not available.
I think it's British. I actually think the woman is British.
It's what it sounded like.
Hello, governor.
She sounded British.
You didn't sound Yeah, you sounded Italian.
No, he sounded. Say it again.
I don't remember what I said.
We have it recorded. So. You're not the connected spaghetti.
Was there anything notable about that first flight?
I missed your hand.
The first flight.
It was short.
It was short.
Oh, yeah. It took us like an hour to get to Atlanta from Bloomington.
Yeah.
An hour. I don't understand how that's possible.
That's pretty sweet.
It is filming nothing.
No, I got.
I think in the flight over the ocean, that's the most north I've ever been.
Yeah.
Because we went up like high up into,
Greenland.
yeah. It's the most north I've ever been.
So this is the first overseas adventure for me, not for Mar, not for Dan, not for Julia, but yes for Adam, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we got to Atlanta
And the
and
landing I felt was a bit rough.
a bit rough. We didn't have to get
At Atlanta?
Mm-hmm. And the short flight.
then we had to take a train to another
wobbling
terminal.
Oh yeah. And it said D for David.
Oh,
I
yeah.
guess that was a little bit of a...
It said D for David. We got excited.
Could have been D for Daniel.
No, they said
D
for David.
Oh,
Like Terminal D.
for David.
D for David. And then we got on to, well, how long did we have to wait? Not very
It's
long.
about
Wait.
45 minutes right now.
They-
Oh.
we sailed through
But, no.
the security.
We got through security and we went to go get our reserved new flight. And they said, oh, well.
And we're back.
So Adam got to sit with all the legroom, but between two strangers.
It's counting up.
Yep.
Dad and Dan and I got to sit all in a row with barely any legroom.
Very little.
Mom,
Behind a baby.
behind a baby. It was a honey badger.
It's a honey badger again.
Is this the... No.
It's there, yes.
It's a very extreme
It's
animal.
eating a snake.
That is so gross.
That's nasty.
Mm.
Okay.
And he's running in slow motion.
And Mom had to
now.
sit
I sat
way up
rows and rows and rows from them.
Like
in a
whole
different section.
First class, I bet.
No.
Almost.
In between two strangers, one woman from Latvia and one woman from Ghana. It was very
And
interesting.
they asked you who you were from.
No, that was a different flight.
Oh, it was a different flight.
No.
Oh, and we were sitting, and right across the aisle, by the window, was a guy who was horribly sick. He
It was
was
gross.
sweating profusely and shaking, and they gave him water, and he had to use two hands to drink the whole thing real rapidly, and he kept coughing really
It
horribly.
was really loud.
Did he vom?
And
It
snoring a
sounded
whole
like
bunch.
he was vomiting a little.
Did he?
I didn't
Snoring
see
a
it
whole
happen.
bunch.
And then in the morning he was snoring so much. I think he took some kind of medicine to make him sleep.
But just sweating bullets.
Maybe he was not sick, but so terrified of flying.
Maybe.
He was, yeah, because they handed him some paper towels and he was very, like, he couldn't even, like, open one up. His hands were so shaky. But he was coughing a lot, too.
It was gross.
We watched some movies on the plane.
They had a crib that they attached to the wall for the baby
Oh,
in front of
yeah.
us.
That was pretty cool.
I didn't sleep.
They had to wake the woman up to get the baby out of the crib, though.
Oh
when we
yeah,
had turbulence.
we hit crazy turbulence.
Because we were in the jet stream.
Yeah.
We were flying in
Very cool.
with the jet stream, so there was a lot of turbulence.
Who woke us up?
But we got from Atlanta to Amsterdam in like 7 hours and 15 minutes.
Really?
7 hours and 19 minutes.
It's pretty fast.
And our landlord reminded us when he was talking about filtering things that by the time we landed the plane, we've all inhaled everyone else's air on that whole plane.
Including that sick guy.
Especially
And the
that
baby.
sick guy.
Which was very nice of him.
Who said that?
Tell us.
The guy with the cigar.
We'll get to
Oh,
him.
Yeah. Oh.
I bet
We'll
We'll reach that part soon.
Quietly.
Okay, so we landed.
We got there, we got on the Italian flight from Amsterdam to, we didn't have barely any time between that one too, right? We just went right
It was a
over.
long walk. From
Oh yeah, we walked
gate to
across the longest airport.
But we weren't in a hurry.
No.
But basically when we got there, it was almost time to,
Yeah. We started boarding maybe 10, 15 minutes after that.
and we mostly started to fall asleep on that flight, although it was really short. What's that? And there were people sitting in front of us who had a little dog in like a bag.
Mm-hmm.
Dog in bag.
And when we were getting off the plane,
A hippie who kept dropping.
The hippies had
Oh,
stuff hanging out of his pockets. A pack of cigarettes had fallen, something else fell, and there were things hanging out that I thought were going to fall. And then he just fell dead asleep. And the stewardess came
No,
by.
he was a man.
Steward man came by.
Stewardman.
Couldn't wake him up. So he just grabbed the back of his chair, pushed the button, and yanked it
He
up.
was so nice about it. He was like, excuse me.
But then when he didn't wake up, he just shoved the seat up.
Yeah.
The guy kind of flopped
And the
forward.
guy flopped into
Did
the
he
seat
say
in front
like
of
"let
him.
me sleep, dude" or something
I
like
don't
that?
But then when we were getting off the plane with the lady with the dog.
Yes. I was rolling my suitcase in front of me and bumped into the back of her leg and said, "Sorry," really quietly under my breath. And she turned around and stared at me in a thick Italian accent and said, "What?" I said, "I'm sorry." And then she walked away.
She was not happy.
But first, her husband hit her in the head
Yes.
with
Yeah.
the suitcase from the overhead.
Oh, yeah.
And she had the same reaction to
She was
him.
not happy. She's not happy.
She may have been mad because she'd already been hit in the head.
Could have been it.
So then
And
we
then-
went inside and we went to the baggage area looking for Day.
And we're like, where's David? Where's David?
And then
He's
Mom and
not
I
here.
went into a bathroom that had men and women in it.
Dangerous.
It was crazy. Men and women.
I called
In the
David,
same stall.
and he said, he's out here with the driver.
I guess I should give a meanwhile.
Yeah, get on over here. Nope,
I got it.
that's good.
Can you see me?
We can
Oops.
watch.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I was in the. Oh, that's tightening.
No, other way.
I was in the airport for many hours, and I went to the restaurant that is in the airport and wanted to buy a sandwich, and the woman saw my shirt that said, am I sitting on it? That said lifeguard, and didn't speak any English, and was like, lifeguard? Oh, like Baywatch? And I said, yes, like Baywatch, and mentioned David Hasselhoff from Baywatch having the same first name as me, and she thought that was endlessly funny. Called over all of her friends in Italian and told them that I am David Hasselhoff. Then waited many hours, and while I was waiting because you were supposed to arrive at
2:30.
2:30, but then it turned out to be 4:30. And at 2:30 to 4:30, I was just waiting around, thinking you could arrive at any time. And sitting down, I heard a loud belch behind me, and assumed naturally that it was Adam, pictured here. It thought it had to be Adam, because who else would belch in a person's ear? What a rude thing to do. Had to have been Adam. So I sort of turned around happily, and it wasn't Adam. It was like a homeless Italian guy. So that was the first disappointment of two. The second disappointment was when, standing at the gate, once you had called me, I thought you were showing up. I thought it was all of you guys. I heard somebody say, like, Dad told me that you had gotten here and you were waiting for bags. And so the door opened, and a boy who looked just like Adam came out, and I went, before I could stop myself, before I realized it wasn't him. And I was really nervous that the driver heard. I didn't know what he thought.
How did you find the driver?
He was holding a sign that said Burns,
Where? Outside?
just right outside the gate.
Oh, outside the gate.
And
Not
what did you
outside
say?
Not back where we found you.
Oh, right where you found me.
Had
Right at the arrivals
Had
part.
anyone given him notice that we would be late?
Yeah, he had heard from you guys directly.
So what did you say?
How did he hear?
I'm the first
I
Burns
emailed.
here.
I said Burns, and he got really excited, and then he said, "Are you alone?" I said, "Oh, they're not here yet."
I emailed from Atlanta.
He got that email.
Oh, but the landlord guy hadn't gotten the email? Was he the one you talked to at the,
Well,
when we were at the
I-
airport?
I doubt that they either of them got it until I finally called the landlord guy, who said he called the
Car guy.
car guy.
So we
Maybe that's where he heard it. It was from the landlord guy. Anyway, so
went out and got in that.
drove back as fast as could be.
In this car, there was a giant van, but
Huge.
the back seats were the lowest level. The middle seats were higher, and the front seats were really, really high.
In what
It
is
was really hard
come
see
to
out
be
in
known
front.
as reverse stadium seating.
Yes, it would be the worst car ever to go to a drive-in theater because you would not be able to see unless you're in the front. I couldn't really see out the windows when we were driving back because I was in the very back, but we were going a million miles an hour down these tiny roads with other cars honking and swerving.
But they all drove
Lots
that
of
way.
motorcycles.
He wasn't driving unusually fast. Everyone was driving.
Little scooters zipping by in the middle of 2-lane roads between traffic going in each
Barely any
direction.
space at all.
Scooters everywhere. Every person under the age of 30 drives a scooter.
Obligatory joke for mom to call dad Scooter.
Yes, but I also saw many people way over 30 on scooters. You didn't?
Yeah, I guess I did.
People.
What's
older
way?
than
What's way
us.
over?
I did see some
People
older
older
people.
than us.
Would you call Julia way over 30?
Just a little.
I'm not even anywhere near 30.
A little bit near.
You're near.
Got him.
Oh.
All right.
And then we got here, and we came to our apartment.
And we were so tired.
When before we got in, there was a big deal about explaining garbage.
Oh my gosh.
A lot of
They
garbage
explained garbage to us
explanation.
so many
Still don't
times, and we still
understand.
don't get
And
it.
that was the most important thing to the doorman. Is
That
that
we
we
understand
understand
garbage.
the garbage.
There's 3 different bags. There are different takeout times.
Number one.
Papers.
First bag,
Papers.
papers.
We
Second
get
bag.
that.
But
You know what paper is, unless it means put Kleenex in it.
Second bag.
Second bag.
Plastic, metal, and wood.
No,
Glass.
glass. Wood.
Plastic.
Metal, plastic, metal, and ceramic. I don't know when it stops, so I'll just repeat everything we just said. Wood. And the third, Adam, the third type of trash,
I'm not listening to this conversation. What?
just say a type of trash.
Metal. Right? Are we talking about the bags?
Yeah, the bag.
Organic.
Organic.
Oh shit.
Okay. So we were saying that when we first came in, they were most concerned that we understood the garbage. They didn't want to show us the hotel or the place until we were clear on the garbage.
except we really are not at all clear.
Still not.
Nope, not even
And we were
close.
so tired. Let me stress that we were exhausted and
None of
jet
us had
lagged.
slept in like a
We
day.
like didn't sleep.
And then the tour or the place that rented us to us said, "Oh, the owner's here. And he likes to be here when people arrive,
And,
and he's a little."
oh yeah,
How do you say
this.
That's H.
Oh.
Okay. And so we
He
met
was.
with him, and the first thing is don't roll those on the floor. Don't roll your suitcases on the floor.
It's a beautiful floor.
It is
It is.
beautiful.
But there were some big scratches visible in the floor, which maybe is why he doesn't want us to
No
pull
more.
them.
Huge scratches.
Then he was telling us about the lights. He had to teach us how to use the lights. They're very complicated. We get a little confused sometimes because you press the button and you hold it down and the lights get brighter. Sometimes you press the button and you hold it down and the lights get dimmer. Sometimes when you press it, the lights turn off, and sometimes when you press it, the lights turn on and then get brighter.
They're very confusing.
It's confusing. In this room, only 2 at a time will turn on of the 4.
Only 2?
Yeah.
In the bedroom, it's the same way.
But they're alternating 2s?
Sometimes it's across from each other. It's very confusing.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, so he taught us how to use the lights, and then he taught us to use the computer.
Wait,
No,
can
taught us how to
we
use
have,
a chair.
we have
Oh,
an
taught us
important story about the lights.
chair. Right.
Tell us the story about the lights and how journalists, something about journalists and the lights.
Apparently, break everything. This is his
Journalists.
stereotype of journalists, that they break everything.
I
So you
believe
know something is good if it's approved for journalists because it's easy enough to use that they won't break it.
So he went on and on about journalists, and we're all laughing because of this guy. And so he thinks he's
Wait, explain the joke to the readers,
I'm a reporter.
to the viewers.
to the viewers at home.
So we were all
Yeah.
laughing and not telling the
Get some
scary
video
Italian
of these
cigar
these
chopping man
real
that
pieces of art as well.
he was, that I was the journalist.
Then he talked about the restaurants in the area.
No. Then he taught us to use a computer.
Oh
Then,
yeah, he taught us about Internet Explorer and
taught
Firefox.
Yep. And he showed us the TV, how to turn it on. He showed us how to use the.
Wireless
Oh, he told us all about the different
Oh.
water, the
He
wireless.
read off the wireless password so fast and made me try to type it into my iPhone as
Really
he read it
long.
off.
Really,
It's
really
like
long.
16
a
characters
string
long.
We have it written down.
Random letters and numbers.
More than 16.
Didn't pause between any of them at all.
Let's try to get a view of that. Focus. Anyway, it's really long.
I could shop more.
And then he was recommending the restaurants, and had a lot of good recommendations for restaurants. But on one of them, he went over every item that
On the menu.
on the menu.
That's when all of us kids decided to leave the room.
That's right.
But during that leaving time, apparently, you had to give all birthdays.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was during a different time.
Oh,
That was when he was teaching you guys to use the TV.
oh.
We had to give them all of our names and birthdays because they have to give a record of all of us to the police. He said every week. I don't know if he's coming back next week.
I think
We'll
he
do it
just
again.
means
And get our birthdays again.
Yeah.
they usually probably rent in weeks.
And one of the guys took Dan to the base.
Oh yeah.
Creepy base.
He took me down to the basement to show me the circuit breaker. I was a little scared.
I was a little scared and I let him go.
Well, I didn't even know he went.
Mom wasn't scared.
Did he say there's a problem with the circuit breaker?
No, he was just apparently like the main circuit breaker is down in the basement.
Uh-oh.
Is it the
Down in the basement, down in the basement.
Which we later discovered the importance of circuit breakers when we were at dinner.
Oh yeah. Then we went to dinner after finally left. We were so tired and hungry.
This is still Monday.
Still Monday. Still exhausted. Our first night in Italy. We went to the restaurant that's like right next door.
And let's give the dates. We left on the 18th of December, and this is now the 19th of December, 2011.
We
Not today.
the day
AD.
that
we were
happened.
talking about.
Yeah.
We went to the restaurant and ordered our first Italian food, and the power went out in the restaurant probably like 4 times,
At least 4.
at least 4, while we were eating, and it didn't seem to get in the way of us getting any food.
No.
When we
I know
edit
this
later,
really
we'll
cares.
cut to that video I took of the lights up being up
Oh, good idea.
at the restaurant.
And get like a stock, get like a
Should we talk
stock photo of a person like in a dark room, like
The tables that we were buffering between.
Oh, yeah.
We were like the chaperones between a table of women and a table of men.
There's a table of about 5 young Italian women, and a table of about 8, 10, 12 big
Soccer players.
Italian men.
football players,
And they seemed to be quite interested in each other, but we were sort of
chaperone,
buffering them.
the chaperone.
Awkwardly.
Yep. And there was this statue way up high of this really creepy looking waiter, and it looked just like the owner. Did you?
We're gonna edit in. We're gonna edit in that
We
photo
gotta picture
too.
that.
Photo.
Also, on the way back, we learned about Julia's younger learning how to entice a man
This was
face, and it looks like this.
No, you have to do it twice. Then with a.
No,
No.
that's wrong. This is all wrong.
Oh yeah, it's like this. It's first, it's you look at him, you look away. Intense, look away. A little silly at the end.
This was a story that got changed throughout time. This had nothing to do with me. This is something a girl I knew in elementary school said.
Don't you do this? Ooh. That's up.
Did it.
Got him.
So after dinner, we
Fucked.
We went to bed.
oh yeah, we were exhausted.
There you go.
Smash cut
They're both
to
dead.
Julia and I waking up at 11:55 a.m.
Smash
We
cut.
missed the whole morning of the second day, Tuesday
the 20th.
the 20th.
A lot of
We
stuff
were not
happened.
awake.
Which is
Nope.
surprising since we were right outside a main street.
It was so
And
loud.
All night. You have loud traffic, motorcycles, ambulances.
People yelling.
Beep.
I think the problem was that it was so loud for the whole night and I was so jet lagged that when I finally fell asleep at probably like 8 o'clock in the morning, I just stayed asleep for a long time.
So what did you guys do while we were sleeping away
We
the
went
day?
out
Jump
and
on in
got
here.
coffee.
Jump on
We went to coffee. Here.
I thought you were going to sit on me.
And learned a valuable lesson.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
David, get in here so you can tell
When you have a person at your Peace Corps site who has a bad sense of humor, don't tell them you ate dog meat. They'll think you were serious.
That's not the lesson.
Hope she doesn't watch it. I hope she's not listening. She didn't put a recording to that.
But the real lesson that we're talking about is always find out ahead of time how much things are going to cost.
They charged us 19,000
19 euros.
Euros.
$26.60 US dollars for 3 cups of coffee.
Dollars. But they were 3 very good cups of coffee.
They were.
And some donuts.
And they gave us donuts that we thought were
Donuts?
Well, then later we realized that our problem was not asking and sitting down at a bar. Never sit down.
Although the place we went today said it was 50 extra euro cents, whatever they're called, if you sat down.
True. We were fooled.
Yep. So now we are very careful to watch prices and
Him?
know in
Him.
advance. Can you tip it so he's in the picture? Do. Are we all there?
Yes.
So now we're very careful in advance to ask, to know what the prices are. They still charge you without asking for bread they bring to the table.
That'll just happen then.
Anywhere from €1 per person up to $15 total.
How much was dinner tonight?
It was exactly what I estimated it would be, but it was based on $15 for bread and $3 for each water. €3 for each dollar.
Water.
For each dollar.
What? What did I say?
Dollar.
Dollar bill, y'all. So we're talking about. Oh, here's what it does. It only lets you record maybe 10 minutes at a time.
Did it stop?
It's 5 seconds until, and it turned red. So let's see what happens. And you're good.
Come back.
Okay.
I will.
Come back.
So now we're at Monday
Mark.
afternoon.
So Monday. No, I thought we were on Tuesday.
Tuesday. No. Yes. Tuesday afternoon.
What did we do
The
after
20th.
we didn't get up in time and they had gone for coffee?
And everybody got
And there was
ready.
When we
one-
came back, you guys woke up.
We went out walking
We went
Oh, yeah.
out walking
Wait, I don't remember that.
down the.
to lunch.
Yeah. We went to
Which-
pizza.
and
Oh,
we went down the
yeah.
We
alley.
went to a place
We
called.
walked around and were just amazed by the little skinny alleys and like the cobbly brick road kind of
And just
things.
you're walking down what seems like an alley, and then all of a sudden there are cars coming
And
down,
flying.
and squish
Speeding
against
in.
the
First.
They're
side.
just statues coming out of
Flying down,
walls. It's pretty amazing. Fountains. They're really intensely.
Fountains.
Then we went to a pizza place.
Well, first
Sorry.
We almost walked
10
into.
minutes or something.
we tried one pizza place. We walked in, but there was no one in there, and we felt really awkward.
Oh, and I was forced to come up with an on the spot excuse.
And
And
your
what was
excuse
your
was?
excuse?
I have feet.
We feet. And so we all turned around and left, and we went
I
down to
left
the other
me in
pizza
there.
place.
Going,
You just had gone in too far.
With a Ricky Ricardo smile.
And then we went down to a place where you could eat outside in a plastic tent.
No, that's keep going.
That's exactly what it
Let's
was.
move on.
What would you call it?
Yeah, let's keep this rolling.
Then
Really
we
delicious
ate pizza. at a
that was
cousin.
so good.
Oh, we have to go back there. It was so good.
Smash cut to the photos we took there.
Delicious.
A lot of editing involved in this final production.
Smash cut. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, so then that was lunch.
Oh, and then we got
We went to the
gelato.
the great
Oh.
balls.
Oh yeah, the girl.
I asked the woman why it said you could buy 3 scoops. For €1 more, it was 3 great balls of ice cream, and for another euro, it was 4 great balls
Great
of ice cream.
balls of ice cream.
And I asked her, why are they great balls? And she was very confused by the question. And then finally, when I showed her the actual thing, she called a friend over, and her friend was like, oh, my father translated that poorly. And the other one said, well, in the winter, when the ice cream balls just get... And I supplied her with the word enormous. And she agreed.
Yes.
She understood. They laughed.
Yes.
But that was
There was
one
much
thing.
laughing, but they were
Yes.
very friendly. I couldn't tell what they were laughing about.
The balls.
And she said there are
Probably
3
balls.
big balls.
Big balls.
They would say,
In the
I
winter.
would like 2 small balls.
Oh, yeah. And I told her
Oh, you said
balls.
regular size.
Regular size ball.
I think you said small balls.
Yes.
And
We weren't filming them, were we?
We should just
Yeah.
always be.
with your hair.
it was
back and
it was
forth.
good, a good gelato, delicious. Then we walked back to the place that we live.
Is that when we
And
got groceries then?
no,
But we did spot it
we
then.
walked right back here.
Yeah.
And then
We've already forgotten that.
We
Was
hung
this
out.
yesterday?
No, we pretty much went out and got groceries after we came back.
Oh yeah.
Went to get groceries.
Went to get groceries. It took us forever. It was the longest grocery trip for like 8 things.
Tiniest store.
Everyone was exhausted.
Well,
no, Adam was
knew
exhausted.
how to translate things.
We didn't
We
know how
kept
to
looking
translate
up
anything.
words. What is pepper? Pepe.
Pepe.
They didn't have any black pepper.
No.
And we don't, well, I wanted to get half and half cream, and so we found something that said translated to cream, but it turned out it's whipping cream.
We had whipping
Whole
cream in our
cream.
coffee this morning.
We all got
That's
a
the truth.
whole bunch of alcohol. We got giant Fax beers, a liter each, for 3 of us.
A
We
very
got
small,
a small beer called Dab.
obviously.
That
And
really, that's what I did that look.
I just did the sound effect.
We also got some orange drinks called Spreets.
They're so bad. They're so bad.
Pretty bad. Try a minute.
Yeah.
3 of us drank like a third of one bottle and we couldn't finish it.
And we also got a grappa called Julia. So all we need is an Adam-themed alcohol, and we will have him and Daniel.
And we played Quiddler, did we say that already?
Then no, this didn't happen yet. That happened after.
Then we got back. We carried our groceries home.
Play Quiddler.
I carried the toilet.
We played Quiddler, and in between each round, we had a video interlude
Of drunk
either
history,
drunk history
or Japanese woman.
explaining Star Wars.
Yeah.
It was a great game.
Dad won.
Didn't we leave after that though?
We
Over
left
3
right
minutes.
after that. Well,
After the game,
with some dispute.
we wanted to go
over
have
where-
some late dinner because apparently in Rome,
When in Rome.
you got it.
When
When in Italy. Well, when in Rome, it was the Italians.
When in Southern Europe.
We went out for late dinner and it was raining a little bit and it was dark. And we had directions to this place that was famous among the families of jail inmates because it was near the jail.
We arrived literally the moment they were closing.
They had
The
a sign on the
minute
door that
of
said
closing,
Chiuso.
Chiuso.
which
Chiuso.
means
And we thought that
closed.
meant open. So we went
Naturally.
in, and it was 3 to 10, and we said, "What time do you close?" And they said 10.
But
and
they
then they
wanted
let us
us to
sit
stay
down.
anyway.
They didn't tell us that until they had us seated.
We were seated, but like there were chairs on tables.
Very,
and
very
it
awkward.
was super awkward, and our waiter
Most of
looked
us
just
got
like
veal.
Newman from Seinfeld,
And a little bit like Bizarro George.
Bizarre George. And
Cut to images of them.
it
Did we
was,
take pictures of the waiter?
no, it was pictures of
Oh,
Of
Bizarre
those
George.
characters.
Would
Yeah.
you check to see we're still rolling? It stops every 10 minutes.
It's not been 10 minutes.
We're still good. It's at 6.
All right.
It's a low battery.
Finishing up the day, and then we
Came back.
came back. There was like a river near us, and we took pictures
And
of it.
we watched a power hour while drinking.
Oh yeah,
giant
we
beers.
watched viral video Power
Power
Hour.
hour. A very good one. Stuff I haven't seen before.
And it was quite entertaining. And
Yeah,
then
not
basically
much of
I
that.
fell asleep at that point.
We watched a little bit of Jurassic Park. No, Predators.
The
Also,
movies that have been on, apparently on repeat, are
B-list.
Independence Day
90s
That was
Godzilla.
and
A-list.
Godzilla.
And Godzilla was B-list. And Predators.
And also there was this show
Yes.
where people were just doing ridiculous
I think it's called Wipeout.
wipeout.
Just
It was
obstacle course kind of stuff.
Wipeout. Show clip
Pretty
here.
hilarious.
Then we all woke up this morning. I woke up last.
David
But
did wake up
still
last, but
pretty late.
soon after Mom.
All of this one.
We went
Today was Wednesday,
the
21st.
22nd?
21st.
20,
21st.
Wait,
Better make
The
18, 19, 20,
21st.
21st.
Because we got the tickets. Oh, we didn't.
Then what we did was we left pretty early, got some coffee, continued on to
By coffee, you mean we went to an espresso bar, we stood there and we drank little espresso.
it's big for us.
That's so
We
yummy.
went to, we just continued straight on through Rome, went through a little market,
It wasn't a
It was
little
like a
market.
carnival.
It was at Piazza
del
Navona.
Navona.
Carnivalo.
And
There's
they're
a
having like a Christmas market.
carousel. Street performers.
And Dan
Big
drank
donuts?
Roman water.
Weird witches,
Out of the
witch
Dan-
dolls.
Which scary, scary Christmas.
We continued on.
Not the scariest part of our day though.
Eventually we reached the,
Foreshadowing.
oh, not even close to the serious part. We reached the big iron door place with nuns. And I think the Iron Door place.
After Trevi Fountain.
The Bishop?
Oh, Trevi.
Wait, you didn't talk about Trevi Fountain yet.
Oh, we went to the Trevi Fountain.
We went to Trevi Fountain. I was excited.
Well,
What was it? The North
Sales.
American.
Dan and I
Bishop
threw a
College.
coin together into Trevi Fountain.
You did it?
Together.
Oh. Was it an American coin?
No, it was
€1.
a euro.
Then we had to wait around for the nuns because they were
Oh
out to
yeah,
lunch.
we got there 10 minutes early, so we stood in the corridor and waited for them.
In an area we weren't supposed to be able to get into yet.
But we somehow did.
Oops.
So we
She was
got in. They saw us on the video sitting there, so she
Like
came
the
out to
security
see
video.
what we were doing.
Why are you in here? How did you get in?
And then they let us in, and they were very nice,
But, good.
they don't know if they have enough tickets, so we have to call back on Friday. Tickets for
Christmas Eve Mass at St. Peter's.
AKA the Pope Show.
But they gave us lots of other good advice about the Vatican.
And
They did.
then a priest appeared
Yes.
in his
terrifying garb.
robe.
This is still not the scariest part of the
Yeah.
day.
He's
Still
walked in the room. Go ahead.
And then he stepped out again and pulled his hood back down over his head and tucked his hands in his sleeves and came in and tried to scare us.
He said, "Is this
"Boo."
scary?"
Is this scary?
Right? We are having scary Christmas.
Right. But not the scariest thing that happened.
The next thing
How
was
many
the
times?
scariest thing.
I got it. 30 seconds, I'll switch it
We'll
up.
have to stop. And then-
Right? Wasn't the next thing the scary thing?
Yeah.
Then we went to Saint Maria of the Concepcione or something like that, of the
Yeah.
Concession or something like that.
Concession.
Where the monks had
The monks had fashioned.
beautiful frescoes from their past brothers'
There was
beds.
straight up bones,
Straight up.
bones,
skeletons,
and skulls.
and like mummified people
Coxeye.
in,
Femurs.
like arranged
Ribs.
in
Lots of
wall and
Skulls.
ceiling hangings. And then
Skulls
also just
everywhere.
full skeletons in like hooded robes, like
Some of them with a little flesh still on it.
still some flesh, like crumpled and standing there at the very end of many rooms of this, which I couldn't breathe. I had to cover my face with my scarf because it was so gross.
It's quite.
We got to the
Quite
last room of
interesting.
it, and not only was death created on the ceiling out of bones with like a sickle
a full
and
skeleton.
a scale, a full skeleton person.
All made out of bones.
Who do you think was the guy who
Not
got
the
to
skeleton,
these?
the sickle and the scale.
On the ground was a card that in every language said, David,
You shall.
nope,
No.
Let me start over. Let me start
Okay.
over.
What?
Thank you. What I am, you soon. Nope. What you are, we once were. What we are, you soon.
Not soon.
You will be tomorrow.
shall be. It was terrifying.
Pretty scary.
So we, by we I mean me and Adam, booked it out of the place. And we waited outside. Dan eventually showed up.
Like, maybe I am. Yeah, just do it.
I don't remember that, but then I remember Mom later, we were in Art, or not Art Mart, but Lincoln Square. She said something like, you know Santa's not real, right? And I was like, yeah, I know that. And then we were all surprised, like, oh, I didn't know.
I feel like you would
I know
test. You would test what we thought.
Yeah, I
So,
probably didn't say it like that.
how does Santa get here?
Yeah, something like that. And I was like, I know Santa's not real.
Tricky
I was a
stuff.
little surprised. Asked me how long I knew.
And you were like, since last November.
I never felt like he was real. I always felt like we were doing it for Adam.
Yeah.
As early as I can remember, it was a thing for Adam's benefit.
When it was the Christmas right after Adam was born, and we have you on videotape. You're walking by the camera that's filming something else. I just really don't think that can happen.
You built in us too much science. That's on you, Dad. You built in us too much science.
But
Too
I
early.
remember, keep it a secret for the young.
For Adam. It always felt like we were doing it as a gift to Adam. And he didn't even believe it.
I was not 13. I was
Dan
like 8
believed
or
until he
9.
was 13.
No, Deanna believed forever. When she found out, she was so mad at everybody. I mean, really, really mad that I can't believe you let me go on and on. I was pretty
It's embarrassing.
My mom killed Santa. She told me, we were shopping like together one Christmas, and she told me about this Baker nutcracker that she bought Marcus because he collected nutcrackers for a while. And then on Christmas morning he opened it and it was from my mom and dad. Oh no, it was from Santa, and she had already told me that she bought it for him. And I was like, wait a minute, something's not right here. This doesn't add up.
I thought she was like, Dan, Santa's dead.
I was snooping, and I found presents that were marked as from Santa under the Christmas tree, and they just came up with this really great explanation about how like he couldn't get to every house in one night, so we had to like send some by mail early or something like that. I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
I didn't want to believe. I really wanted.
I wasn't like upset that people had been lying to me. I was just kind of disappointed that it wasn't real.
Yeah.
For like one morning, and then I got over it.
I accidentally disproved Tooth Fairy when I just stayed awake, not meaning to. Ka-ching, ka-ching, someone carrying coins. Obvious lifting a pillow, placing, putting back. And I didn't have the heart to like turn around and be like, gotcha. Probably you. Or the fairy.
It could have just been a fairy.
Now the one fairy I still do believe in is the potty fairy. No.
Who brought M&M's?
Oh, and little hotel soaps, whatever was there.
Just look around.
Yeah.
There's got to be something we can give him.
That's exactly
Was that only him? Or did we all get potty fairy?
I got M&M's.
You guys got head potty.
I didn't like the M&M's because it's too much like the food becoming M&M's.
I remember I would get like 3 M&Ms, and this was a huge reward. I would be so excited. My little hand filled with 3 M&Ms.
What? You cannot remember that.
I do. We had a chart on the door, on the outside of our bedroom door, and it was like anytime I did, we got a sticker or a check mark or something. Do you remember in the little, like, you know, for Tuesday, good job, 3 M&Ms. I know, people keep looking at me.
Yeah, a lot of people keep looking.
But David believes in the mean drying machine.
Still believe in that monster.
Well, and the Zerber. Here comes the Zerber.
That will never happen. The Mean Drying Machine is like a holiday monster, like someone everyone's afraid of and wants to murder.
I didn't know you didn't like the Mean Drying Machine. I thought you liked it.
You know when you're being tickled, you can't help but laugh, but you don't like it. And you try to laugh unhappily.
You know what else I really didn't like?
I do that to any grandchildren play.
When I get out of the shower and you'd shove my cuticles back with the towel. Ugh, so painful.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Why would you do that?
I don't
No,
know.
it was good. It taught us early on that bathing is the bad part of your
Cuticles
day.
are the worst part. Maybe that's why I never showered in college.
You ingrained in us how painful it really could be.
I was afraid if I got out, someone would push back my cuticles.
It could have just been laziness.
You probably thought it was me.
Stacy would like jump in the bathroom and be like, "Come here."
I love how wide format this is. I can get 2 people in one.
Am I in
You
it?
really can.
They're both in it.
Oh, I never thought you were aiming at
It
me.
is tremendously wide format. Why are they blue? There's no. It looks like it should be fluorescent, but there's literally no fluorescent. It's sunlight. You're getting sunlight.
Yeah, if you're on recording, can I mess with the options on that camera?
You may. I will stop now. Go.
It's Friday, Friday, gonna have fun on Friday.
David. Go.
2, 1. It's Friday, Friday, gonna have fun on Friday.
Jump.
One. On a free jump. 1, 2, 3. Jump. One jumped and blocked David's face, and Adam didn't move.
You guys both get in so I can get a picture of it.
Ready? David, get it.
Count to 3.
Ready? Alright, one more.
It's hard to balance.
I'm showing you the river.
Was that all the way in?
That's a bird.
Just like partials in.
All the ways in, and then do digital zoom in. They're great, yeah. And their wings are
Oh, they're
black.
blue. They're blue.
Black heads. I don't know what this are. What's it for?
The crows.
His legs aren't even. Legs are nonsense. Is that a poor way of describing it?
Sounds like.
Are you moving me?
No.
Oh, I am moving you.
She said, sounds like English isn't my name. His legs are nonsense. Just like, what she told me.
That warmth feels so good. Right behind my ear.
Scuola di musica.
Yeah, there you go.
That's it.
Oh,
And then,
Does it get excited?
yeah, no, it gets really freaked out because I stare at it and say that. And then more recently, I've gotten too excited and can't sing anymore, and I just do each syllable as an exhale, and then the next syllable is an inhale, like so.
Did you start on tuba or did you play trumpet first and then switch to tuba?
I thought you played cornet. I started on clarinet.
You did not.
I started on
clarinet.
Wait, you did? And then you went to flute? Why?
I want to play
I
flute.
thought you started on flute.
Your people do.
They convinced me to play bassoon, and it was Stephanie Rank. What grade were you guys in? 8th. And I was in 5th. And I went there and she said, play bassoon. And I played hot cross buns. The first time I touched a bassoon, I played with these 3 fingers. They said I'm a natural. I think that's what it was.
Tem óculos, mas não tem nada a ver com o papel. E o flor faz ficar invisível. E o cara tá embaixo, assim. Já que ela tá pendurada assim.
One more. Oh, it hurts. It actually hurts in the face to do this.
Wait, you're in my picture.
Photo demolition with a camera.
Nice.
This was the best picture that's ever been taken for many reasons.
For many reasons.
Oh, did it. Talking about the crab, let strong set out. Oh, Dad and Mom, oh, Dad and Mom. Slice it on now,
By the sight of a bomb.
Oh, Mom, I didn't hear the story.
Which
When we
story?
were at the.
Oh, this is good. Adam neither. Adam
I
neither.
don't know.
Look at this angle. Oh, I got both of you guys
It's artistic.
perfectly in.
I can't believe you're balancing like that.
I'm probably shaking the camera really hard right now.
So far, so good.
Feet look okay.
Yep.
Oh,
They did a very professional job protecting it.
I would say.
They cut apart so much foam into these perfect little shapes.
Is this
I'm not going to be able to
from
put it back together.
Look at the resolution on this camera.
What?
Even in movie mode.
Is it from Marla?
Yep. In fact, once he gets it unwrapped all the way, I'll tell the story behind it. I looked far and wide for sculptures and ceramics. Turns out that art form, non-existent. The traditional Samburu culture. But wood carving, a similar craft, is, they have masters of wood carving. The man who made this speaks absolutely no English at all. I couldn't get a word of English out of him, and he was ancient. I have a feeling he helped build the world.
Was he the one who was pictured in your comic about the traditional medicine?
About that age, though, yeah. And that amount
Was
of
it that,
English.
in that comic that man had no flesh, just
Yeah,
skin?
enormous cheekbones is an actual. Oh, the head is what I'm most nervous about. So, in lieu of ceramics, wood carving, and painting obviously, is
My neck is getting
an
tired.
art form that exists.
Oh, can you hold my head up?
I like this one the most because
put your foot under it, maybe?
they moved away from a realistic reproduction of a giraffe.
that your
You'll
foot?
notice the legs and neck are real skinny and
Feels like a
flat,
hand.
as they actually are.
Toes.
Let me take a picture. It's so beautiful.
That is so cool.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So what kind of wood do you think he uses?
Oh, I asked, and now I forgot. Probably acacia wood.
I was
Now that I think about it. Oh no, it's hardwood. Acacia is not hardwood.
Thanks, Dave.
That's cute.
That's neat.
Merry Christmas.
Esperanto.
Right.
I suppose.
Has he been to the United States, Dan?
I think he must have.
Because he's been Pope since
He
05.
said this was his 7th Christmas. Yeah.
Well, no. Let me digress. I'm pretty packed, actually.
Let me digress.
I wouldn't be this. What would you say was the loudest cheer he got? Spanish?
No, it was
Yeah. Oh, it was
Filipino.
Oh, Filipino.
Filipino.
They were
They
just
were
closer
closer
to
to
us.
It was
Yeah.
there was enormous
Is that the one he waved
contingent of
after
them,
they-
Yeah. The first beat, he like was started to talk and then he noticed them. He was like, "Hello, hello, my Spanish friend." He spoke English perfectly at that.
The Koreans were also.
Yeah, Koreans were crazy well.
You were just one of those girls who always had to have a boyfriend.
And we were like, yep.
I didn't know that.
That was nice. Are they landing on the trees?
Those are the ones that pooped on us.
Oh, here they come. We are catching on the day.
It's like rubbing my knuckles. That's correct. No, here, I'll show you.
Alright, I got it. Yeah, get real in there, deep. Get there.
Just going through to see if there are any really obvious horrible floating.
Shirley, you're ruining this movie. That's right.
But you are in very our faces. You are
And value added. Very good. We get the chef. And we get David together. And Adam. Ooh, extra value. That makes everybody. Except for me. There I am.
All of us at once.
Now I'm in the picture. Now I'm in the picture. Oh, jeez. That guy behind me looked at me like I was funny.
Whispered through the keyhole. And he immediately opened the door. That's funny. This is the best.
See you.
I remember that you first told us about it.
I was terrified.
You weren't sure at all.
The edge. Remember, Julie, we were driving to New Orleans that summer before. You were sitting next to me, and I was venting my worries about the edge. And you told me a story about how Spacey has no nose like Voldemort. She's just got skin, eyes and mouth.
Happy birthday. We're going to
And we're just going to go see but we couldn't convince her. That's what they keep this here.
Not only hit here, but face. Bloody nose, that's the good. That's why they come around with one towel. Did you get one? Yeah, but they dried so quickly. I think there's alcohol now. That
You never knew to do this.
I didn't know what to do with it though. Like.
impressive.
Dad?
Dan doesn't look that weird.
David?
Your lips look
Dan,
super
you want this?
weird.
No, thanks. I'm full.
But this could be conceivably what you look like.
Let's do
like
one more.
sleeping.
Let's do one more.
I feel like I have to close my eyes when I do it for some reason.
I can't hold on. Okay, hold on. Okay. Okay, wait.
Ready? Go. Again, it's not that. It's just weird.
One more.
Ready? Nope. Go.
I ran out of steam.
Yeah, you can tell you ran out of steam. Julia, however, managed to
pull it out.
Look so terrified. Something from another world.
Let's see. Wait, hold on. Oh, wait for it. Wait for it. In this, it's scary.
What did Dan look like?
Just a normal dude.
No?
Everyone shake your hands like that. This is a video, Dad. It better not be a video. This is a video.
Okay.
I didn't know you got a business class, Dad. This is awesome. You're in the way.
looking at my hair.
I can do palms on each ear and link my fingers.
How far is mine? How far is mine from linking?
I guess yours is best.
Guarda, 4 ce l'ho lì in fondo.
Well, you're going over the crown.
Loro sono 6 che li metto fuori 2 secondi.
People used to think I had a much bigger head because of my hair.
She said it made her want to sneeze.
You know that feeling after you look at the sun and then your nose hurts like a sneeze? Yeah. And you have to sneeze. I didn't sneeze, but always I didn't even talk again. Trastevere and Standby are as much of an attraction as the excellent cooking and noisy banter. Plenty of Roman dialect still mixed in with the toast. But they very much stars of the opera. The only common thing that They also offer spaghetti al So she treats me very deferentially. I was going to plug in a lamp and she wouldn't want to do it. No.
Do laugh. Do you like play up the respect that you banter? You say, I need to scream this light, but will you crouch on the ground and be a stool? I remember being no, I can't really see that.
And its eyes wave. I don't
See you. It isn't us. Oh, it is us.
More than all of me.
Reach over that cord. Okay, here we go. It's actually not as heavy. I can feel your center of gravity.
Is it awesome?
Yeah. I don't know if you're doing that, but we're doing this.
Get up here.
Good.
Man.
Let's stick it in the other room.
What?
Stick it in the other room.
Adam.
Who doesn't have one?
Adam.
Whose is this? Oh. Dad.
I like how
How's that offensive?
I feel like that's
What was your reaction?
Ones and twos.
I'm not doing it. I will
Oh,
not do it.
okay.
Do your
What's
do
your
your
reaction?
reaction.
Adam?
On shoot. Best out of one.
Best out of one. Okay. 1, 2, 3, shoot. Alright. Yeah. So how are we doing this? We're charading at the same time?
What?
Julia!
He's just like
He's on to you.
slithering by me.
He's on to you.
Hey, let's just get up.
Mom, this isn't funny. I promise this is not funny. This is a New Year's prank.
What is it? Banana head.
Banana head.
Adam's just calling.
Banana head. Hey, banana head.
Alright, let's go. Alright, farewell.
I had a phone call from a number that I don't know.
Mom, you gotta drink the rest of that wine.
See you guys next year.
And I want to listen to the voicemail, but I think it's gonna.
See you next
Farewell, we will see
year.
you. Happy New Year.
Wait, we've had green tea this whole time?
No, we just bought that today.
Happy New Year.
Well, not no. I'm no.
Happy New
New Year. Happy New Year. And so many more to come. Keys.
Did oh yes.
Happy New Year.
Alright. It's kinda good. Is this a line for something?
In line anyway. We're going to talk
Who's
about
gonna
what
go?
happened last night. So, you
Started.
left the apartment. And we booked
started,
it.
Yeah, we started walking fast. Baby. We started walking, another baby. Started walking fast towards the bar named Scholars Pub.
We weren't about to pay 80 euros.
We were, but we were
No.
very loud, and Julia said that we were bringing attention to ourselves because we were speaking loud American English. So we tried speaking other languages.
Did you get into Scholars Pub
Yes.
before the time?
Minutes before.
Excellent.
We got mildly lost on the way.
Yes.
Just a tiny bit. Took a
Went the
wrong
wrong
turn, turned back, and started booking it so we would make it. We're like,
I
oh, we're
didn't
gonna be late.
understand the posted.
And it was, and it was right in front of us. It was like right
It wasn't
there.
even that far.
I ran into a
Where
guy
I
holding the
thought
map.
we were supposed to go, but
It was right, baby. It was like right there, just on the road. Literally a straight shot.
that's
from
what I was trying to say.
Anyway, we got in and went to buy us burr.
Went in.
We had
There were no seats. Every table was
Murphy's.
filled. Every table was
I got 3 pints of Murphy's and a water for Julia. I went up to the bar and caught his attention, the bartender's attention, by staring directly at his eyes, unblinking eye contact until he looked back at me. He was freaked out. I was hitting him with one of these.
While we were walking, people were exploding fireworks just on the street.
Big.
Huge, loud fireworks right on the street
Not like a
near
firework,
us.
more like a bomb.
Yeah, loud
Are you talking
bomb
about
noises.
before the bar?
Before the
Yes,
on the way
on the
back.
way to the bar.
There were
There's even more afterwards.
intermittent M80s being
Anyway.
exploded.
Then I dropped a €2 coin from my change onto a girl's chair, right under her butt. I had to ask her for the change.
Did you get
on
it?
her butt. Yeah.
He just fished it. Yeah.
Fished.
Without
I
saying
thought you
it.
just left it.
No, her boyfriend or the guy she was with, like, looked at me and like saw what I was doing and then noticed it was changed. She's like, oh, okay.
We noticed that on the wall they had T-shirts from different colleges, and they had Augustana College and Loyola and DePaul.
Yeah.
So then we went to the back and tried to find a table.
Right, there are 2 rooms playing completely different music. Just connected rooms, but blasting different music.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, there was a DJ.
His name was Tommy K.
And his DJ equipment kept blowing some fuse, and it would turn off all the TVs and music and Christmas lights.
And he would get no end of grief
And everyone
from
would look
everyone
at
in the bar.
Everyone in the bar would turn and look at it.
Yeah. Tommy.
So we stood the whole time because there were no seats.
Near
And
the emergency exit.
Near the emergency exit, which
People
was
kept
guarded
trying to
by
get out.
a giant security guard
Big man.
And every time
Very
somebody would walk
big.
by, we would just kind of let him by because we weren't going to stop him, and then he'd be like, turn around.
So
many times.
we wanted to be the preliminary guards.
Right. And so we tried. One time a guy walked by, and we were all like, emergency exit only, and he just kept walking, so we were not good at it.
Yeah, there's a sign that said emergency exit, and one American guy went up and like wasn't looking at it, and the security or the bouncer was like, "Nope, the other way." And he's like, "Why, man? Come on, I just want to go outside." And the security guy or the bouncer didn't talk or speak English.
Yeah, he didn't speak any.
And he was just like, "No." And the guy just got real frustrated.
I didn't see
and
that.
then turned around to talk to his friends and was like face to face with me, like this close away, to stare.
This bouncer, man.
I thought he was trying to talk to me, but he wasn't.
So then we were kind of just standing around talking and drinking, and we
wanted to meet some
new friends.
some people from other countries. So we turned around and saw these 2 guys looking kind of lonely, talking to each other, and we
Incredibly blonde.
very blonde. We all guessed where they're from. Julie guessed America.
I guess some kind of Scandinavia.
Adam guessed Norway, and I guessed
something wrong.
Ireland. Went up to them and they had strong accents and laughed when I said we were trying to guess your nationality and had me guess more. And I kept guessing European places, and then the guy at a table was helping me guess. Another American, some American guy. Finally, it was revealed that they were German, although one of them had studied in Norway, so Adam won the contest.
Won the contest.
Yeah.
So we sort of
Befriended them. Their names were Jonas, whose sister was named Julia,
and
Lino, as in linoleum.
And so we, David chatted with him for a while, and then came back over, and then we thought it would be nice to invite them to go with us to the
Wait, you're
concert.
forgetting the baby.
Oh yeah. You told me.
Julia was drinking water, and I was trying to find a drink she would drink, and finally she said, well, I'll drink Bailey's, and I went up and tried to order Bailey's, and
First you tried to order-
the epically Irish, first Goldschlager, that's right, the epically Irish bartender, who was speaking so Irish it wasn't even English anymore, was like, Bailey's, bibbidi-bop-ba-doop-dabbidi Bailey's, ba-ba-da-bop, Baby Guinness, and gave us 4 shots of what I assume from that. It's called Baby Guinness. Yep.
And it tasted like
It was
caramel.
sweet.
It was very, very
just sweet, not very alcoholic.
It looked like a Guinness, really, really tiny.
And dark.
With a little white foam on top. So we got 4 of them, but then Adam didn't want one, so we each drank one and there was one left over. So David and I took it up to the Germans and said, well, we only have this one, but you guys can have it. And they drank it. Well, one of them drank it at least.
They both.
No,
they
shared
drank
it.
half and
Yeah.
half.
And then we invited them to go with us, and they said no, we were going to go somewhere else. We were like, okay. But then the guy who was helping him guess that they were German,
got up
and left. And so we took their table, and then they were like, yeah, we will come with you. So
we decided all to go together.
We decided to go. And
we went to Tommy K and what
we
did
went
you
to the
request?
DJ, and I asked if he had any Sir Mix-a-Lot, and he said that he knew of it, but he didn't have any. So then I said, what about Spice Girls? And he said, I'll try to play some Spice Girls, but then we left.
His music selection of Spice Girls wouldn't have been out of place.
No.
We listened to Third Eye Blind.
Yes.
What music did we hear?
Just the weirdest 90s.
Sweet Home Alabama.
He killed the Third Eye Blind when he
Oh, yeah.
tried to plug in
That's
his
what it
equipment,
was.
and it like blasted incredibly loud for like a second, and then
And it was
shut
done.
off.
Yeah. And all the TVs with it.
And he had the weirdest DJ intro music.
Long intro.
Like folk, kind of.
Yeah, bluegrassy.
Yeah.
Tommy K.
So then we left the Scholars Pub with Jonas and Lino, and they gave us some chips. They just had some chips in their
He
bag.
had chips. We were walking to the concert. We talked about stereotypes.
Yeah, we were like, tell us stereotypes of Americans, and they said that we didn't know geography and that we were all fat. And that's
We were like, those
true.
aren't stereotypes.
So
That's
we were
just
like,
true.
yeah, we don't know.
Those are just facts.
And so we kept walking with them. At one point, they were asking me what the word reliable meant because they were like having an argument about it. And I was talking to them, and I turned around, and David and Adam and Dan were gone, and it was just me and the Germans. And we were this huge crowd of people in this area. We were in this square that was just filled
I guess
with
we have to
people.
do a
People were, like,
meanwhile. At this
blowing
point.
up like bomb fireworks all around us. There was like
Oh, yeah.
glass in the street. It was crazy.
And it was in a crowd. It wasn't like
a huge crowd.
The fireworks were just in the middle of a bunch of people.
Just on the ground.
Circle formed.
Circles would form and they would
And
shoot
people
off.
And then they put like battery. You know those battery things with a whole bunch of.
Yeah. I'd say this was the point of my maximum excitement.
It was
We were
pretty
like
awesome.
screaming, and it was kind
terrifying.
of mayhem. I
There's-
found a pair of glasses on the ground and wore them.
There was a
It was
woman.
just mayhem.
Mayhem.
There was a girl that was so freaked out. It was terrified.
She was so, and her terror fed our joy.
It was pretty.
Our holiday
Pretty
joy.
hilarious.
Oh, and then the battery. Someone put down a box, and these two people were scampering by it, and Adam's like, "They're goners.
They're
goners."
I used my flaps to close my ears because of all the loud bombs.
Like you're supposed to.
Dan just popped up
yes.
out of nowhere. I don't even know where.
And so I was lost, and I had seen Dan 1 second, and then turned to answer them about what the word reliable meant, and then turned around, they were gone. And then so me and the Germans were just wandering, trying to find them. We're walking really slow. All of a sudden, somebody starts shooting off fireworks, and everyone starts running towards it because they want to see it.
Yeah.
So we're like, oh good, we'll be just out. If we don't run with them, we'll just be out in the open because like the crowd was leaving us. And then we still didn't see them, so I tried to call Dan, and it didn't work. And then we're just kind of looking around, and finally Dan and David Adam just show up magically.
And the Germans all yelled.
And the Germans yelled when they saw them. And then we tried to take a group picture of the six of us.
2 Germans, 4
And
Americans.
we asked some guy to take our picture, and as he took the picture, all these people ran up to us.
More and more and
jumped,
more.
More and more jumped
Yeah, we
up,
should choose our-
and we just have to get in one of these lines. Okay. And jumped in until it was just a giant group of people in this picture, and we'll show it to you later. It's pretty amazing. Just people we don't know all jumped in our picture, and we were like
was
yelling.
wonderful.
It was great.
It was around this time that we developed a new stereotype about Germans that they always know exactly what time it is and are tremendously punctual. Because they argued that their watch was more accurate.
Yes.
Which
And it was.
It
later
was.
disproven
Oh yeah.
Oh, right.
Right.
in the night.
So we kept walking because we were trying to find the concert, and we could see the stage far away, but we couldn't get to it. So we kept coming to gates that were blocking the whole street, and you couldn't get through.
And people were everywhere. Shoulder to shoulder. Explosions rocking.
Right, it was just loud bombs and like people pushing and shoving. So we were all holding on. This was later that we made a chain of people, right?
Oh, that was the best. And you were flying. Nobody was in control of that.
Weaving.
So we weaved around trying to get around until we finally got to just a space where we could kind of see
Overhang,
the stage.
yeah.
We're up high, and then fireworks were going.
We stopped along the way to buy a bottle of champagne
That's
from
right.
a guy on the street.
Because we didn't.
10 seconds.
A guy on the street sold us champagne.
All right. To be continued.
And
Then we got a bottle of champagne.
we bought it from a man on the street.
We weren't going to, and then we just decided.
And the Germans had beers in their backpack. Not enough for us, though.
And chips.
And chips that they did share. So we walked and walked, pushing through crowds and running away from explosions. And we got to a spot at the top where we could kind of hear the music.
Yeah.
And we could see the fireworks.
We went like around back of Trajan's Forum.
Mm-hmm.
We were standing and looking at some
They're
columns.
giant ruins that just had fireworks going around them. People were like popping champagne corks into the ruins and stuff. It was really bad. So then...
It was like 11:50.
Something.
And we were getting ready for it, and the Germans who had bragged that they had the exact time on their watches were like, oh, we still have 2 minutes. And then suddenly we look up, and fireworks start exploding. Big ones. Real fireworks. So we're like, what? It's right now! And so the Germans were like, oh, no, 2 minutes. And then we just made a random countdown.
And then as soon as we were done, people next to us started doing a countdown in another language.
Yeah.
We were close enough. There were lots of fireworks.
So I shot the champagne bottle. We couldn't get it off. And then finally when it popped off, I went way up high, and then came back down in the crowd in front of me. And
Probably
it was
hit
so great.
somebody in the crowd.
Just drove somebody down.
There were people shooting Roman candles like out from a balcony above us, which was kind of terrifying. And
It was kind of awesome.
someone exploded something that was so close to us in the middle of the giant crowd of people that the air from the explosion hit my pant legs. I was like, ah, it was really scary.
It was cool.
Very loud.
The guys
And-
next to us from somewhere,
Uh-huh.
not
How are
speaking
you pushing
English,
me so far away?
just started singing and dancing and didn't stop.
They would hug each other and jump in the air like a mosh pit.
They were singing this raucous song and spinning and knocking into people, and it got bigger and bigger, and they didn't stop. So we watched fireworks.
For a long one. They went on for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And then we wanted
Drank
to
the
leave after it
champagne.
was
It
over.
tasted so bad.
So bad.
Really bad champagne.
We were just talking about this. We think it tasted kind of like Marsala wine, but bubbly.
Yeah.
Could I interject? When Julius was lost, or when you were lost, when you were separated, you said this is where the story diverges. But did you ever tell the story of your side of it?
Mm-hmm. Me and Adam were off together. I found the glasses. Found a pair of glasses. And we saw just a ton of, fireworks going off. And then someone set off a box. I think I said this.
Okay.
And Adam saw people running towards it and said, they're doomed. They're
I'm,
gone.
okay. I must have forgotten. Okay, so
So we wanted to leave then after the fireworks were over, and the music came back on. They were like, the band had stopped for the things, and then the band started up again really loud, and people were still kind of puddled around, and we wanted to leave, but one of the Germans, Lino,
His name was Lino, but by then I was calling him Linus.
had disappeared. And we were asking Jonas where he was, and he was like, I don't know, he's off somewhere. And we're waiting and waiting. He'd left his backpack, so we're kind of just standing around
We
the
kept
backpack.
trying
And we
to
didn't want to
talk
just
to
leave
Jonas.
Jonas by himself. Jonas was a little awkward and I don't know if he just didn't understand us very well, but we would be having a conversation and he'd kind of nod and laugh and then kind of look the other way.
And just the
And then
conversation
never
would stop.
come
We'd
back.
all awkwardly look at each other.
And so we'd be
"We're
waiting
done."
for him to answer. And then finally he would just turn his face back, but would be clearly not still having the conversation.
Yeah,
We were just
completely different.
Um,
Finally, Linus came back.
Lino came back.
We gave him, but Linus was like, no explanation for why
He was just like, I found a real bar.
Yeah, found a real bar. And then we were like,
And they
well,
told us
we're
that they had flown in from Germany just for New Year's Eve, or maybe a few days around New Year's Eve. And we were like, where are you guys staying? And they're like, we're not. We're just staying up all night, and then we're going to get on our plane in the morning. So we said goodbye and parted ways with our German friends.
Got a few pictures.
Yeah.
They told us,
Random.
we asked them if they listened to this German band that we listened to when I was in middle school called Tic Tac Toe, and they laughed at us like this was the most hilarious thing we could ever listen to. And then Lino admitted that he had 2 Backstreet Boys CDs. So.
Julie doesn't even have one.
I don't even have one.
Although you do have 98 groups.
Yes. And then we were running back because there were so many people who were trying to get around them, and so Adam became the leader of our chain.
This was awesome.
And we each grabbed onto the person in front of us and behind us, and Adam would run and pull us
Full
through
speed.
giant crowds
Adam,
of people.
I mean, you were probably slowed down because of the weight, but it felt like we were sprinting.
We were like sprinting through crowds.
And no one could see
what was in
We
front of
couldn't
them.
tell
So we
what
were just
doing.
snaking.
We were just like
full speed
going
flying. It was
through.
so fun.
Yeah,
it was like a roller coaster.
There was
game.
cup glass everywhere. It was like
Through
every person
people.
had just thrown their glass on the ground and just shards and like whole bottles all everywhere. Where did this come from? Oh, never mind.
And then we got back to where we recognized where we were. We all had to pee really bad. We walked home.
We were sprinting home as fast as we
I
could.
took off running at one point for some reason.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
everybody
gosh, that was
chased
the
you.
funny. I can't believe we almost forgot that.
Dan
That was
just-
the funniest
Dan
thing. We
just took off
lost
running.
Dan. He was like behind us. And we're like, Dan. And then all of a sudden she was like, he's running, and he full sprints, like full out sprint past us. And I scream at Adam, take him down! And Adam instinctively goes after him, and Dan admitted later.
I kept running because I was really afraid that he was going to tackle me.
If you would have got him, you would have.
So we all just chased him for a while.
I believe you would.
Just running down the street. People must have thought we were crazy.
Yep.
We all had to go to the bathroom so bad. And we finally got home, and
Nobody was mugged.
no, it was actually a successful night. No one had a limb blown off. No one was hit by a car. These are all things I thought might
Not the
happen.
longest walk. We
and
looked
you
at
looked
the
up
map,
that?
makes it look terrible. It was not
That's
that.
because this map is so big. It makes
Yeah.
the distance look far.
It's
but
bigger
not.
than real life.
Right.
Yeah.
The scale is actually
Bigger than.
2 to 1.
Yeah.
Or 1.
And that was New Year's
And that was
Eve.
New Year's Eve, 2011.
2012.
And this is our final night here. We leave at 7 a.m. in the morning. I recommend that we all be packed and ready to go before we go to bed, for the most part. All right, goodbye.
I didn't know that I had over here.
As we pan around the table,
You should have a second and ensalada, followed by a dolce, and then a digestive.
Your name Tara or Sienna?
panna cotta.
We have a long way over in Minneapolis.
A couple hours, I think. Hello. What?
We didn't go in the right line. This is the line.
Joe. Joe.
To Moscow, departure time 13:30.